Hello and welcome back to our discussion of metabolism. In this set of slides, we are going to be talking about insulin and glucagon. So I just want to start by reminding you that we just finished up talking about fed and fasted state metabolism. The activities that we undergo during fed or fasted state metabolism are regulated by these two hormones right here, insulin and glucagon. So let me tell you a little bit more about those hormones. Okay, so insulin and glucagon are made in the pancreas. To remind you a little bit about the pancreas and its structure, this is a figure of the pancreas right here. Remember, it lies sort of below and behind the stomach. It consists of an exocrine part, the exocrine pancreas. That's going to be these parts right here. The acinar cells and the duct cells, as you may remember, are parts of the exocrine pancreas and are going to make our digestive enzymes and our bicarbonate to deposit into our digestive tract. But today we are going to be focusing on this part of the pancreas, the endocrine part of the pancreas, which consists of these clumps of cells called islets of Langerhans, okay? And those islets, the cells that are in the islets, are what are going to be secreting our two stars of the show today, these hormones, insulin and glucagon. So let's take a closer look at that, at the islets. Okay, so here is our diagram of the islets of Langerhans. Here is a section through the pancreas showing an islet made up of the different cells that are in there. Here is a cartoon version of that same thing, okay? What I want to point out to you here is that there are two main cell types that we're interested in here. There are also a couple other cell types in the islets, but we're going to be focusing on these two main cell types. We have the alpha cells here shown in yellow that secrete glucagon. And then we have the beta cells here that secrete insulin, and they also secrete amylin, but we're going to be focusing on insulin today. I also want to mention that the islets do receive input from the autonomic nervous system. Okay, so remember that we have the parasympathetic nervous system stimulating digestion. This is part of that response. Okay, so insulin and glucagon are both present at any given time. However, they are going to exert antagonistic control over metabolism, right? So depending on whether we have more insulin present or more glucagon present, we are going to favor an anabolism or catabolism, okay? So that's kind of what's shown here. We are showing our scales tipping in the favor of insulin, okay? Insulin is going to tend to be more present in the fed state. It's going to be dominant in the fed state. Based on that, I want to see if you can answer these questions here, okay? One, can you guess what the stimuli are for insulin secretion, right? So what kinds of signals in the body would there be that tell insulin, the insulin secreting cells, the beta cells, that we're in the fed state, okay? And then a second question, what types of reactions are favored when insulin is dominant, right? So if we are in the fed state or if insulin is around, what are the reactions that we are going to be encouraging? What would you want to do with our nutrients that are present in the body? So go ahead and hit pause and see if you can answer those questions. Okay, so you probably weren't able to get everything, but these are some of the stimuli for insulin secretion, basically signs that we have like it's kind of an influx of nutrients showing up in our bodies, right? So increased plasma glucose, increased plasma amino acids, and then these stimuli, which are basically stimuli that are coming from the GI tract that are telling the beta cells that digestion has started happening, right? So that's what's happening there with the stimuli. Okay. And then second question, what kinds of reactions are we going to favor? We are going to favor anabolic reactions, right? Our body has just been inundated with a variety of nutrients. We are going to want to use those nutrients right away for energy or for building things. We are going to want to store some of those nutrients away. So we are going to favor glucose oxidation, which is basically ATP synthesis, glycogen synthesis, fat synthesis, protein synthesis.